stamping friends. You're at Tammy Dawn Creates. Today we're going to make a fun fold card, and I am so excited to be using the Unbounded Beauty Suite. I can't tell you how much fun I have had with this paper. Let's go ahead and take a look at this featured card today. This is a fun fold, and I'm going to be calling it my double card fun fold. As you can see, it'll open up with the Z fold, and then we have a flip card inside, inlaid with floral images. Isn't that beautiful? So let's get started. Let me get the dimensions and the cutting instructions. Today we are featuring the Unbounded Beauty Suite, which is found on page 54 and 55 in the Stampin' Up! Current Annual Catalog. This is a double bundle. You get 2 stamp sets, you get 2 die sets, you get resin dots, you get glimmer paper, and a lot of DSP. This complete suite is amazing. I suggest everybody get this. There are so many cards that we can make with this. If you like the 2-step stamping, which is featured in this, the image outline, the fill-in stamps, coordinating dies, and something Stampin' Up! Has come up with on this stamp set is sentiments that can go on the outside, and then coordinating messages and sentiments for the inside of your card. Who doesn't love that? Now let's go over our supply list using the Flowers of Beauty and the Unbounded Love. Today we're going to be using 3 of the in colors, which will be Petunia Pop, Summer Splash, and Pretty in Pink. I have taken some of the dies out of this bundle and placed them on this magnet. We will be using from the Flowers of Beauty these detailed dies of the background floral images, and also this long strip of floral cutout, and then the main flower cutout, which will cut out this after we double stamp. The other die will be from the Unbounded Love, and we're going to use the sentiment of love, and we're going to use the sentiment of you're a true blessing. And we'll also be using these nested stitch dies, and we're going to be using the 4-inch and the 3 3/4 inch die. To move on with our paper measurements, we'll start with some glimmer paper, Petunia Pop, Summer Splash, the regular 8.5, cut by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4, and then we're just going to make one additional score at 2 1/8. These 2 pieces of DSP from the collection are both 1 7/8 by 5 1/4. And we have the inside card that we're going to build inside, and it is 4 by 10 1/2, scored at 5 1/4. The DSP for the inside of the fold, it is 3 3/4 by 5, and a piece of basic white, which is the same, 3 3/4 by 5. You'll also need some adhesive and some Stampin' Dimensionals. So let's get started. There's one more piece of Designer Series paper I forgot to call out, and that is this pattern here. My friends, this is well-loved paper. This is the only scrap I have left to recreate this card. I did put this behind the glimmer paper, so we will need approximate 4 by 6 piece of this. Let me go ahead and die cut these images out, and we'll start assembling our card. Now we have our die pieces cut out. I wanted to call your attention to one more thing. In a card that you're making that's color saturated as this one is, you want to throw in something contrast white like I did here, and you also can see the white behind the floral images. When you open up your card, you'll see the matching DSP in the middle of this fold. This piece, which is the nested die, the smaller one, you'll need to cut out a piece of that in order to layer so you can get your break in all this saturated color. So let's start assembling. To get started with any fun fold, you want to crease your score lines. That is your 4 1/4, and then you're going to flip this flat back at 2 1/8, give it a good crease. And I'm going to use my multi-purpose liquid glue and adhere these 2 panels to the front and to the inside. Also, I'm going to attach these 2 panels together. What I want to do next is demonstrate the 2-step stamping that we have with this set. So I went ahead and stamped the outline image in Petunia Pop. There's some samples, and I'm going to go ahead and fill in. I'm going to have 1 Pretty in Pink and 1 Summer Splash. So one thing to note, when you do Stampin' Up! Always has this, the little extended spot on your stamp. When you stamp, you'll see it here on to the left as you stamp. When you put, and also it has the little stamens. This is up. The floral is up, pointing in that direction, like it's looking to the sun. In order to fill in your 2-step, you can see how it also has the little corner right there. You will want to lay your stamp down on it, pick it up with a block, and then we'll do our 2-step stamping. And I don't want to have it too dark, so I'm going to stamp off some of the pink. And that juicy stamp. Stamp off. Line it up. Push down. There you go. Beautiful. We're going to go in with the Summer Splash and demonstrate the 2-step stamping with that. In between, you just want to take your stamp on your chamois and make sure all that other color is gone. Again, you want to make sure that that little edge piece is to the left. Ink that up, stamp off, line it up, stamp down. Beautiful. Now I'm going to run those 2 through the die cutting machine, and the same thing with layering on your dies. Line it up just like that, and they'll come out perfect. Ready to attach. Since we have our ink pads out, let's go ahead and do our stamping for the inside of the sentiment. And yes, you can stamp on designer series paper. This is a little tag that we stamped out, and I used Love in Petunia Pop. Stamped on that. I'm going to demonstrate the 2-step stamping because I think that is what everybody wants to talk about. With the smaller floral, you can see when you stamp it, there's a leaf that looks like a bigger heart right here and right here. Also, when you stamp a 2-step, you want to pay attention to how you stamp the outline stamp and get it coordinated to how you're going to stamp the image that you're going to fill in with. So let's start with the Pretty in Pink. I'm going to stamp off on that tiny bit. And you can see right here, this is the larger heart image. You're going to line that up. Give it a good press. There you go. Perfect. Let's do that again. Let's stamp off. Here's the heart image. Lay it down. Give it a good press. There you go. Oh, we have to stamp our sentiment. Since I got all excited and I went ahead and stamped both these florals in Pretty in Pink, I'm going to change it up with my greeting, "You're a true blessing," and I'm going to go in with the Summer Splash because I do want some green on the inside. Line that up, make sure you're straight, give it a good press. There you go. All right, my Stampin' friends, now it's time to do the wow factor in this card. If you follow me for a while, you'll know there will be always something that will make your card stand out amongst everybody else's. And that's what I'm doing with this section here. Inside, I've taken this DSP and this beautiful floral die, lay it across, and I'm going to cut this out before we adhere it, and cut out of our glimmer paper the pieces that we're going to insert into the card. Now comes the exciting part. Remember, when you're making your card, you always have options. As I ran this through, you want to use a little Post-it note to keep it in place, of course. Let's see what happened. There you go. Now you want to be very careful when you remove this because this particular die, the center of the floral is popped out. So you want to keep something to put inside of your floral images. I'm just going to pop these out into a dish. You'll see I already have the glimmer paper, the Summer Splash floral images ready to go on. So let's get this put together. Let's go ahead and insert and stick down our basic white. And then we're going to also adhere this so we can get to the fun part of doing the floral inserts. Just a tip about doing the floral insert. You can see how this cut out little hearts on the right side. All you do is take your die cut, lay it down on the paper, take your pick tool, rotate it. It's going to pop right into the cutout image. I'm going to go ahead and glue these all down. Now that we have all of the die cut floral inserts into the DSP, and I have glued down the inside fold of the card. Now you want to be mindful which layer you start with. Since you have the Petunia Pop, the Summer Splash, you want to start with the Petunia Pop, then what other DSP you decide, and then the Summer Splash on the top. So all we have to do now is cut, take your paper snips, give it a little trim on the bottom. Just take an extra one. You can see they peel back. Just stick it right on the back. First you want to place the tag down so it's not showing any part of that floral right there. Also, you want to center it just like that. I've used the multi-purpose glue in case I needed to wiggle this around a little bit. When you're doing a fun fold, you have the tab hanging over, so be mindful, only put glue on this side. Now, don't worry my friends, it's coming together really fast. All we have to do are add these bits and pieces and we're going to pop these florals up. Popping them up with the Stampin' Dimensionals. Let's peel the backings off. I used 4, 2 on each. Also decided to put the Summer Splash floral on the left bottom. Take these off. Also decided I wanted my tag facing up like that. Let's go ahead and adhere all of our die cuts. So beautiful. Just like that with your mini glue dots. Okay, then we just come in with this Give it a quick eyeball. I think just like that. Look at beautiful. Oh, it's lovely. I put many dimensionals on this tag. It says love on it. Our little love tag, we're going to angle it. I'm going to slip it right under here where you can still see the love. And I want to follow this line here like that. Pop that up. And there's two little extra bits right here I forgot to tell you about in the beginning. I thought they would make a final touch to this card, which I had in the original card. So let's pop these on. I've just bent them up a little bit so they'll give us a statement. Go ahead and slide them underneath. Give it a little press. Fan them out a little bit. This card made with Unbounded Beauty has put the fun back into Funfold. With all this glimmer paper and these dies, look how amazing fun this is. I know you're going to want to recreate this card, and if you do, please remember you can visit TammyDawnCreates.com for any of the products that I used today. Thank you for stamping with me, and I'll see you next time.